Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I actually don't know which one to say actually. So for it's my afternoon, but it's Caro's morning. So we're going to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. We're going to do a whole Truman Show one. We are just joining live now. We are spot on time. I have to say, I'm getting really good at this now. Week 2 of running these, okay, and I have to say, yeah, yeah, I'm doing really well. So. I've paused that. I checked that we're going live everywhere. If you're there, come and say hi. Leave me a comment. Let Caro know that, don't frighten her too much that we are going live to the world, okay? But let her know that you are there. You are here to support her, okay? And if you've got any questions, as always, pop them in the chat. So I'm just going to check that Facebook can see us. We are live across Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, okay, this afternoon. So just a few places because, why limit ourselves, eh? So, and it's a great day. I'm really glad today, actually. No AWS issues today. No AWS issues. And I was really laughing last night when I found out that one of the things that I'm talking about in my newsletters this week is all about DNS issues. And the issue that Amazon had yesterday with their AWS server was all to do with DNS issues. They obviously have not been trained very well, so they should join Paula's training for that. There you go. So, and I like it that Audrey's left us, some like, yay, well, she's waving at us. Look at this. There you go. Thank you, Audrey. Audrey actually lovely put in her email today actually that she started a DNS kind of crash because she did it with her website a couple of weeks ago and everything went off and she fixed it. 24 hours it took her, but she's just a one person, But yeah, AWS should not be having those issues. So there you go. But we're here today. We don't have any issues. We are fabulous, okay? And we are running. So are you all right, Caro?
I am. I am.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
So here it's good morning.
Oh, wow. Morning. Morning. we will make sure that we say good morning. Doesn't feel like morning to me. So it's 3 o'clock where I am. Well, just after 3 o'clock. So I just want to say hello and welcome to everybody that's watching us. Okay, whether you're watching live or you're watching on a recording, I'm really glad that you're here for When Magic Meets Creativity. Today we are diving into a journey of another incredible woman, and I'm really lucky because I get to work with all these incredible ladies. Okay, but it's just really my job to kind of shout about their journeys. Okay, I don't want to shout about their journeys. Okay, I want them to talk to you about when they push their creativity and their businesses to the next level. Okay, and that's exactly what we're going to do today. So we're going to keep it informal and interactive. If you have questions, let me know. Okay, so I'm thrilled to announce Caro. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on your channels.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, it's nice to it's nice to collaborate in this way because I always say that actually you don't know who you don't know, and there may be so many people that don't know that that I work with you, and this is a nice crossover way of being able to ensure that my audience can see you, and then vice versa. So
Mhm.
should we jump straight in? Do you want to share a little bit about your journey and maybe what first inspired your creative path? So.
Oh my. As for this is a great question. When I first look at the question, I was like, okay, where do I start? um, I do not quite remember what sparked my creativity because I've been drawing or playing with colors since I was very young. It's part of my life since so long. But this, I would say, the latest years have been different, and my creativity is among, I would say, every day that pass, and what can spark the creativity, my creative path, I would say, is really that we can transform threads into garments and accessories. This is really intricate. I mean, you get to have one thread and you can do this. You can create this. So this always amazed me. But my journey has started as the electrical world. So for 25 years, I did the calculation last night and I was like, oh, 25, not 20. So for 25 years, I work in the electrical world as a draft person, a technician, and an engineer at the end. And that was quite a journey, I would say. It's another world, it's really technical, it's different. So creativity is not really part of it. It could underneath. Sometimes you have to be creative to get people collaborate. Um, but it at the end it worked. And so the last project I was on, and that was really the last thing that sparked the idea of coming back home. I was in Burkina Faso. This place, this country, is on the African land. And I was there leading a 52 hectares solar project.
Wow.
So I was there for about a year and a half. And at the end, I was like, okay, this is my journey. It was my journey for 25 years. Okay, let's do something else. So new thing happened, and before I jumped into this creative journey I am now, I worked as a cook in a butcher shop. And I was also I'm not quite sure of the word in English. I forgot to check that, but I was working at a booth. Do you know when you sell vegetables and fruit along the road? And I was
Yeah.
also preparing the vegetables and the fruits. So, and those two jobs were during pandemic. And afterwards, I became manager at the UPS store, to UPS store, and now I'm here. So everything we do is part of our journey. We never start from scratch or zero in a way, because what we
That's a really
learn,
good point.
yeah, we,
Yeah.
we bring it, eh? We bring it with along with us. It's in our luggage. It's part of us. So here
Yeah.
I am. Now it's
Yeah.
stitches and colors.
And I love that. And I do think that so many people, in this creative world, even in my world as well, in terms of being online and running an online business, it wasn't something that we just jumped into. We didn't come out of school and go, oh, let's do that. No, everything that we've learned and we've kind of done on all of our crazy jobs before that, like when I used to work in Wimpy, I was the dress up Wimpy thing, and then for children's parties, this hamburger chain, you know the things you learn, okay, the skills you take with you, okay. This is I know you don't think about it, okay? Great big, hamburger costume on me, but anyway. But those skills, you don't, those skills are really key. Every single one of those things we've learned that we now pull in and we use, And I do think that we shouldn't be forgetting about those experiences. We should be drawing on them maybe just a little bit more than probably what we do, because we do try to kind of blank it out sometimes, I find. So yeah, I'm really grateful that you mentioned all of it, because it's all relevant. It really is.
Mm.
So yeah. So when with your current business that you've got now, what's the challenge that you faced early on when you was getting this business up and running, and how has it helped to shape your business today? Because I know it's gone under quite a dramatic change over the last 12, 18 months.
It did. But I was trying to gather my thoughts around this question because I could, I mean, we could have coffee for many hours and I could talk about my journey, because it's really, I would say, different. It's not in line. Like I tried things and some worked and other did not work at all. And I think when you try something, that's where you understand where are your limits in a way. So at the start, like in, I would say 20, when I really jumped into this adventure, 2022, I would say. So it's not a long time ago that I really fully embrace it. And I would I would say yes to everything. Webinars, newsletters, Zoom calls, free courses or paid courses. I would jump into whatever was in front of me, offering to me. I was just doing it. But at some point, you have to take a step back and say, okay, where am I going? Because when you accept everything, when you say yes to everything, do you really create your business? Do you really put yourself in a creative position, or you're more like a sponge and absorbing everything? Because I think when you come from another world, like mine was engineering, electrical, technical, more, I would say, I apologize for my colleagues that I still know, but it's a bit frigid. So it's electrical. There's human there, but it's machines. And when you come from this world and you embrace your creativity, in my case, you think that you don't have the baggage, or you think that your luggage is empty in a way. So my challenge was, I thought that I needed to fill that luggage with new things. I did, but I forgot that I had all that knowledge in a way that I could transpose. So I was saying yes to too many things. I would say
Okay.
this was my challenge at first. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you see, and you said that, I mean, you started this business that you've got now in 2022, and this was, and you could be forgiven for that because this was at the height when there was so much out there. Everybody was trying to do something for themselves. There was thousands of courses available. Thousand, do this, sign up for this one, grab this one. Business back then was so,
Hectic.
in a way, I was going to say overwhelming, but exactly that, And yeah, I mean, what a time to start the business. I mean, there was a lot out there, but it was also, I mean, I feel really grateful that I stepped in 2 years before that happened, because it meant then that, I mean, I was one of those people throwing my stuff out there during this time, and my clients' stuff out there. It really helped in terms of kind of getting lots of businesses up and going. But I don't know how you then manage to navigate absorbing all of that in, and then just really the filtering through it to kind of, what's good and what's not, because that must have been a real challenge as well.
Yeah,
So,
yes. But I think the main thing is, even though you say yes to a lot of things, I would say you have to feel a connection with the person, or with I would say, the post, or what the person is saying in her post
mhm.
or in his post, or um, and if you don't feel the connection, don't subscribe or unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe again.
Yes, because
Yeah,
at the end, you want this to be fluid, and you want this to be an happy development, because you're the one absorbing the information. So if you not at ease with the person that you're working with, even though that person doesn't see you, because you don't necessarily connect with the person, you're not necessarily live with, as we are with you. I mean, there's lots of courses you never meet the person in
yeah, that's
person.
true. Yeah,
Yeah, the creator. So I think it's really important to, when you navigate through all those offers, you have to be comfortable hearing the voice of the person, the information, the way the person talks, If the person swears and you don't like it, don't do it. I mean, if the person is more laid back and it's not your style, don't do it. If the person is too, I would say, army style, don't do it. If you're not comfortable, but if you are, do it.
Yeah.
Buy the course and be with that person, because you will be for minutes and hours learning from that person. So yes, I did say yes to people I was not comfortable with, because I didn't know at first. I didn't know those people. But at some point, you learn the ways of how to connect. And I would say, yes, there's emails, there's all the social medias, but at the end, you're the one making those choices to connect. And you have the right to change your mind along your journey, because your journey is who you are, you're shaping it from your personality. And that's I would say, that's why at some point you have to say no and say yes. But it's
Yeah.
okay. I think it's okay to say yes to a lot of things at first, because you're not quite sure where you're going and you're trying things. And when you're getting at some point that you know where you're going, you're just clean up. That's okay. You can clean up.
Yeah. And you can unsubscribe without feeling guilty. You can do that. That is possible to do. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's not against the person. It's just
No.
at the point you are on the map of your journey, you're taking another route, and this creator brought you something up to that point, and now you're
Yeah.
ready to take the other route, and you leave this person there, and she's gonna help other person, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
Mm,
Exactly.
mm.
So as you were navigating through all of that, when things felt tough, what were the things that kept you moving forward?
um, we all feel at some point things are tough at some point. Um, I like to there's I have different ways to taggle along with the toughness. One of the ways I like to do it is to reach out or put myself in my space. So my space is my workshop. I call it my atelier, and it's the space I have in the basement, um, filled with yarns, pencils, pen, paper, fabric, sewing machine, needles. Everything's there. Uh, and my muse is my cat. Anyway, she's around, and because if you're a creator and you have an animal, you might notice that when you have an animal, it brings you down to earth. It brings you like connected to earth, I would say. It's maybe better put. um, and when you're I would say, how can I say that, when you're in front of toughness, something that is tough, I think it's a good way to spend your time with, if you have an animal, or if you feel more comfortable by yourself or with someone else. But I think it's great to reconnect with what you have. So there's a book I was reading, and she mentioned being local, and I like that. It's different. You can see it different ways. She mentioned that when you're local with what you have, be create with what you have, like downsize kind of. So when you're in front of toughness, sometimes it looks really huge. It's like bigger than yourself. So when you put yourself back into your space, your creative space, I think it's a way of be in front of the toughness and look it into the eyes. And when you you use your own material. You don't go out. You stay with your material. You create. You could just doodle or paint, whatever, or even just knit or crochet or embroider. But just take colors and be. Don't think about the design. Don't think about making something new. Just put yourself there with your material. Like maybe, when a kid is a bit is not happy with something, sometimes they take a crayon and they just scratch on the paper, or they just go like this. So you could do the same thing, splash paints, and it I think it's just help us when you put yourself in your space and you gather your things at a small level. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Fabulous. So, what beliefs or blocks have you had to push through to get where you are now?
um I had a few.
One. Oh,
I'm
okay.
looking at my notes and I'm not quite sure. Sometimes I'm going to say what I wrote. um, and I know that at some point along the business, I will encounter new ones. So there's always, I think, beliefs and blocks that come along. They tag along, they are there. And depending what you're in front, you will encounter new ones because your business will grow and you will be faced to new things. And your drawers in your mind, they're going to open or close depending how you feel. But I think as a creator, we often feel the imposter syndrome. That's one of the things I think a lot of people talk about, because who we are to be a tech editor after being an engineer. And am I the right person to be a tech editor and after being an engineer? And who am I to guide people in their stitches and help them elevate their own transformation? So I think it's a journey. And I would say also that one of the blocks that came this year was that participant will often say that they learn from internet. So this is one of the block that came in front of me this year a lot. And it's like there's lots of people, they want things free. I understand sometimes our budget is different from one to another, and that's okay. That's fine. There's lots of free stuff on the internet. But I believe, that's one of my belief, that when you're block in front of something, in-person guidance brings your experience at another level. It could be by Zoom, it could be in person, but with all the social media, I was going to talk about this later, but with all the social media, I think we forgot, or we put aside the human relationship. So one of my beliefs that is more a positive one is that working with someone live makes a whole difference. It elevates your own experience, and it elevates your customer experience as well.
Definitely.
And as the free thing on internet, it's great. I think we all learn from bits and there, but you don't have the warmth of someone. You don't have if you're stuck somewhere in your experience, how are you gonna get the answer from your mistake? Is your mistake on YouTube? Might not be.
Yeah.
So my block was like, okay, you're learning from there. Where can I take down this wall and go forward? So that's one
Yeah.
of them. Yeah. And I had to learn a lot of softwares. I know I come from a technical background, but there's things that you don't do as a technician or an engineer. It depends what's your work. So I had to learn
Mhm.
a lot of softwares. You know why, Paula? A lot of softwares, a lot of application to build this business, and I'm sure I'm going to learn new ones as it goes forward.
Cool. So, what's a really bold move that you've made this year that's paid off for you?
I was so proud. I did my first conference. I had this idea for about a year now, more than a year and a half now. We're in October, and I applied at a festival, and they accepted it, and that surprised me. Not I, this, yes, it surprised me that they accepted it because it's more for me. Festivals are more there for um, hands-on workshops, but this one was different, and I did it, and I could. I'm so thank you, Audrey. Um, it's I discover something very powerful uh, that I was talking about the in-person experience when you have a toughness or when you're in front of
Hmm.
the state. This in-person conference was amazing. I mean, there was this. I challenged. There was 13 people, and I challenged all of them to knit while I was talking. Because I know myself when I'm waiting somewhere, it could be for a plane, it could be for a train, it could be dentist, anywhere. I knit. Could be one
Yeah.
stitch, it could be 20 stitch or 500, but I'm always busy. My hands are busy. So one lady took out her knitting, but at some point, I love that. At some point, I was looking at them. I couldn't believe I was able to do that, but I was looking at their eyes. And at some point, she was round eyes knitting in the air, not on the table, literally in the air. And she was looking at me, smiling, eyes wide open. I was
It's
like,
captivating. That's what
but
you're providing when you were doing your talk. It was, yeah.
I believe so. And they were captivating for me, it was really interesting to see them and asking some questions. And for me, it was a great interaction and a really great opportunity to be out of my comfort zone.
Fabulous.
Because,
Fabulous.
Paula, as a kid, I tried to step out or run away of every oral homework, or I didn't want to do it. That was the worst homework a teacher could give
Yeah.
him. I mean, it was like, no, I don't want to do that. I can write 500 pages, but don't give me
Yeah.
oral.
Don't let me stand up in front of everybody and talk. I just don't want to do it.
But now here I am. And and the great news is they might be another one next year and a longer one.
That's exciting. That's exciting. Yeah. Nessa said that she knits everywhere, church and Zoom and on the train, but she doesn't knit while she's driving. So there you go.
I'm sure the knitting
Nessa,
is on your lap, though.
yeah, yeah. Nowadays, yes. Oh well, and when she's driving, yes. Yeah, and I'm sure Nessa, had you have been there as well, and you'd have been in that room, when Caro was talking, you would have been completely captivated as well. So um,
Oh, I might
let
do an
me.
English one, Paula.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, Maybe next year for when we do our Birmingham meetup, okay? You can do a chat in Birmingham, okay, with some creatives, okay? Oh, there you go. You see,
Okay.
absolutely, okay. You
Give
can
me
do
the
a chat
note
in
and put it in
Birmingham.
my calendar. Sorry.
Let's yeah, there you go. We need to get it in your calendar, okay? There you go. Um, anyway, let's ask you how do you feel that your creativity has helped you to stand out in business?
Um, stand out. Mm,
Mm.
you have those questions. um,
What makes you different?
yeah, I I would say this year I realized something that I might notice earlier on, but I didn't really put the finger on. Um, by talking with other creators and collaborators and clients, I realized that I might have kept something from my childhood that sometimes as an adult we tend to forget or not use because I think we still have it. We don't cultivate it. We don't tend to it. It's being amazed by tiny details.
Mm.
I live in Toronto for 2 months this summer, and I was walking downtown every day, like from 3K to 7K um, every day. And I didn't use the car. I was using transport every day. My my feet or the buses or the tramways. It was really great. Um, and I'm amazed when I just walk. My eyes are not just there, and they're not on my phone. That's another thing. I often forget my phone at home. I have a small camera, and when I walk around, sometimes I see a detail on the sidewalk. It could be a graffiti, and I picture it. And I can stand there and try to imagine the person making this graffiti on the ground. Or it could be a detail in a store window. It could be a beanie with stitches, or just texture, or just the color of a frame, or sometimes it's a door. And I will take a picture because there's colors, texture. And I see, like during the conference, I was looking at there were a line of trees, and it's fall here, and the trees are all changing colors, orange, yellow, and brown, and etc. It's really amazing. It's like a firework kind of. And my eyes were on these trees, and I didn't see the trees. I saw stitches.
Mm.
So as a I would say what makes me stands out is I cannot stop myself looking at all those details, like a flower near a construction site. Why is she there? I mean, it's construction site. I mean, there's oil and rocks, but she's there. She's standing, and I will take a picture. So
Yeah.
that's what came to my mind when I saw the question. I was like, I think
Yeah.
it's one of the things that I'm always amazed. I can listen to you or Nessa or Audrey or other lovely ladies that are creators, and I'm always amazed with the small details of what the conversation will be. It's not
Amazing. Yeah.
there's something
I
anyway.
love that. I love that your curiosity is just yeah, it's heightened, and that's you. So yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So um what's something that you've learned about yourself as a businesswoman that surprised you?
Hmm. I would say this
Oh,
this year the ability to speak out, to speak in front of people, that surprised me. Um, but I would say one of the thing that I really uh, when I was saying at the beginning that when you start something new, you don't start from scratch in a way. Some
No.
things, yes, you don't have a website, you start from scratch, but you have in your luggage a lot of experience you have a background. So one of the things that shaped me as a woman and surprised is that I brought with me the way I used to work and collaborate as an engineer, because I was known as the person that wanted all departments, mechanical, electrical, civil, all of them
Mm-hmm.
working together to bring that project to an end and to achieve it with success. So it was not only about the machine, it was also about human getting together to bring this with success, with a success project.
Yeah.
So today I still see the same thing. So I like to collaborate, I like to work with others and help each other to elevate our experience. I don't believe we do work. I do work by myself in my
Mm-hmm.
my office. There's nobody here. I'm the one woman behind this. But at some point, I want to elevate my experience in something, so I reach out.
Yeah.
And I like when we can, this surprised me that I was able to keep this way of doing and apply it in this new business, the collaboration, and to be able to elevate not only my journey but the collaborators as well, and our customer, my clients. Because even though they pay for time so I can help them, we
Yeah.
do collaborate.
Mm-hmm.
I need their collaboration and they need my guidance, so to bring their project to an end. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
We're just talking about a human with stitches, not a machine or a transformer.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. I just want to share a really lovely comment when we were talking about you being creative earlier, and Nessa said that you bring that to the conversation too, though. You always you bring it to every conversation you have about being creative, and about, the curiosity as well. And I just think that that was really, really lovely. So, oh, okay, so I'm going to ask you some really quick questions in a moment, okay? But whilst I'm asking Caro some quick questions, if you have any questions for her, okay, drop them in the chat now, okay? And then we'll ask them near the end. We're drawing up to the end now. So let's ask some really quick questions. Are you ready?
I am.
Okay. Tea or coffee?
Black coffee and decaf. And
Okay.
maybe only in the morning, but I like in the afternoon a little bit too.
Okay. Okay. So black decaf coffee. Got it. Right. What's a song that always gets you pumped up?
Lately, I don't have a specific song, but I listen almost every day to Maggie Rogers.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't dig into this creator as much as I wanted to, but if I'm not mistaken, and if I really recorded right, she's an American singer, and I really like the beat of her music. When I'm sometimes working, I like this beat, and it keeps me going, kind of.
Fabulous. Yeah. Sometimes that beat, sometimes, you find you can sit on it and jump on it, okay, and then kind of use that throughout the course of the day. It just
Yes.
gets inside you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's
Um,
awesome, and you just sing along, and
yeah,
people will. Don't worry, people will look you weird at the grocery shop, but don't
don't worry.
just laugh at
Don't
it
worry.
and say hello.
Yeah. If only they could hear what else was going on in your head as well, because I know I have the same. So,
They
uh,
probably would dance with you.
exactly, exactly. What's one word that sums you up so far this year?
This year, you just said one of them. I have to. There's jump, because there's other things that I did this year, and jump was one of the, but one similar one was do it.
Ooh, love it. Love
Yes.
it. Yeah, great. Um, who would be your dream creative collaboration?
Okay. This question was like, okay, I was like, should I answer really a real name or not? Anyway, I was fortunate, I would say, that in the past, when I started to do this tech editing course, I was like, oh, I would like to work with this person and this company, and some of them happen. They're actually happening right now. So this is awesome. And in the future, I just wish for this to continue and discover new people with whom I could collaborate. But one thing I'd like to, when you say dream creative collab, I was like, oh, a collab with other creators. That would be awesome.
Okay. So no particular names?
Oh no, I don't want to say names because I have some ideas, but I really I really lately there's new ideas that came up, and
Mm,
honestly, I think I'm going to reach out.
okay. So if
Yeah,
you're watching this, okay, if you're watching this, Karen may be reaching out to you. Okay, there you go.
and there's one thing that I really liked yesterday. I watched. There was a special Zoom with Jenny. I don't remember her last name, but she was. You know, when you're uncomfortable, you see a dream person you want to work with. There's one thing in between the lines. She mentioned like everyone is at the same level. They just maybe know more than you, but you know what? Reach out. Just take that step. Do it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's amazing what it can what happened afterwards. Hmm.
Yeah. There you
So
go.
no
There you
name,
go.
no name.
No names, no names, but yes, you did just name drop Jenny from Stitch Street Crochet, but there you go. No names. Um,
Yeah,
so
but anyway.
what's your favorite way to celebrate a win?
Um these days I like to just have a good dinner. Complete the day like um by listening to music and have a good dinner. Yes. That's one of
Love
my
it.
lately was it was that, but one of the big celebration I did this year, because there was a lot of wins. I know it's quick question round, but I went to a special workshop. Me and my husband, we decided to do a workshop together, and we went to a forge
Mm,
and we learned how to make a knife.
cool.
So you see a lady in front of you right now that she knows how to knit, but she had a hammer and she hammer metal to make a knife. So be aware.
Yeah, it's okay. You're in Canada. I'm not worried at the moment. Okay, but yeah.
But I think it's a way to celebrate, to offer yourself a
No, definitely.
special workshop, sorry, uh, in something you might never thought doing.
Yeah,
It's great to be out of your comfort zone when you celebrate as well. So why not?
it is. Yeah, amazing, amazing. Okay, all right. So let's wrap these up, shall we? So, where do you see your business heading next year?
I will take a deeper dive in tech editing, I would say. That's what I want to do.
Mm,
Um,
okay.
and there's going to be new designs in knitting, but that's going to be at a, would say, lower pace because I really want to focus on tech editing, helping others with their templates, translation. It could be anything, but it's all about knitting design. So
Okay.
to elevate the customer's experience with my clients, design or template, whatever how they work. It could be the designers, they work with their yarn, or it's themselves who writes the pattern. So that's something I want to do. And I want to also, it's ongoing. I'm going to offer new workshops in person. And I decided to do in-person workshop more than in online, because I want to keep our awareness alive as
Mm.
as people. And because of social media, I think it blocked a bit of this awareness, and I want to
Yeah.
bring it back. I want people to take that phone and put it away, forget about it for a few hours, give yourself some time and meet others. You don't need to talk, but come and learn something with your hands and make mistakes as an adult. Make mistakes, learn from them, and be together. So that's another thing. I work about,
Love it.
Paula, I almost work the same way with my clients for tech editing. Uh, be aware of what your clients want and also
Hmm.
I can offer. So it's a collaboration in a way. So
Yeah.
that's my coming year, I would say. And maybe
Cool.
a conference, who knows?
Oh, absolutely. So is there a big dream that you're working on right now that you can share with us?
A book. I'm not gonna say what kind.
Okay, let's leave it there then. Just a book, and we're going to move on very swiftly. Okay, that's it. Because I get that much from you. Okay, and I knew that because we'd had a chat about it already, but I didn't know whether that was going out yet. So I'm always wondering when we have chats. So, um, if you could give your past self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Say no to say yes.
Oh,
And
I like
so
that.
I can elaborate if you want. So when you say no, you're saying yes to what means the most to you. And
Yeah,
you're cleaning out your plate. Or you can look at it as a bathtub or a glass. When you say yes to everything, it fills out. It goes out the plate. It's like full, like you feel full and you feel
yeah,
unstable, like when you eat too much. It's the same thing. So when you say no, you clean half the plate and you have space for more.
yeah,
But you don't need to bring it full again. But I
yeah,
think it's great when you're able to say no and to say yes. And I think you stand stronger and taller when you do this. And when you
mhm,
encounter people, you can say hello, even if you said no to that collaboration.
yeah.
But it's not against the person, as I mentioned before. It's your plate, your journey. So say no to say yes.
Lovely, lovely. I just want to pull in this message that Audrey sent. Said, I love the idea. I think we all need a safe space to learn to make mistakes. And yeah, I think that was a really important note that you made earlier. So yeah,
Yeah,
thank
thank
you.
you, Audrey. I think it's
Yeah,
really powerful to bring back the in-person experience.
yeah, absolutely. So, what's one message you want to leave with other creative women watching today?
Can I give two?
Yeah, of course you can.
Okay. So I just want to bring back what we just talked about. Just keep in mind of the say no, say yes. I think this is so powerful when you allow yourself that sentence. Even write it down somewhere. Doodle around it. Um, and the other one is I wrote something, so I'm not gonna try to read it word to word, but it goes like, I think as creators, what we achieve, or it comes from a lot from our art at first. But as we grow, some of us become unreachable, and I encounter some of them and they do not consider other creators at some point. because they have grown a lot, their business. So I think we have to keep in mind how we started, and we didn't know a thing or barely. There's lots of things we learn along the way.
Mhm.
And our customer are there to learn. So I think we have to keep in mind to be gentle, stay curious of their journey, consider any person that comes to you at your booth through emails, messages. Be kind. We don't know their lives and why they're in front of us. So we have to we have to put yourself in their shoes for a moment. You don't know them. They could be a client, a collaborator, a creator just like you. And by doing this, I believe you will be a connected creator and a better businesswoman. My last word.
I love it. That was really powerful. Really, really powerful. Thank you. Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
You don't know what you don't know. So
I love
yeah,
that sentence, you know?
yeah. You don't know what you don't know. Yeah. Thank you. Caro, really, wow. Amazing. Amazing. Thank you for
You're welcome.
sharing your journey, to letting people know that just because where you started is one place doesn't mean you can't go really, really where your passion is pulling you to. Okay. And don't worry if you've had to take the detour, because all of us have done some sort of detour. Okay. It's what makes you who you are. So thank you for that. Thank you to everybody that's been in the comments and the messages. This has been great. There's been lots of energy actually on this session. There's been so much energy, and I've really loved it. So, and really, a key takeaway is to, when magic meets creativity, real magic is born. Brilliance is born, almost brilliance. Okay, so stay connected, please stay connected. We've got a few more sessions coming up this week. Okay, we have Carol from Cornwall School tomorrow. Okay, I managed to drag her in. I'm sure she's really happy about it. So we will go, this video will be there. Okay, if you want to go and find Caro, okay, I will go and put her website details actually underneath in the link here on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn, so you can go find her. Okay, but otherwise, Caro, it just leaves me to say thank you so much. Thank you for being here, for sharing, for talking, and yeah, until next time. Okay, because I'm sure that next year you're going to have so many more things to tell us. So
Thank you for
yeah,
having me. Yes.
thank you. Okay, bye.